Welcome to activity 1.2.6 Charmed. We are actually going to make this tag that you can put on your book bag or luggage or wherever you want to attach something to. So let's get started. You can see that I have this one here. I'm actually going to go up to my waffle and I'll close this one down. Now I want to actually get into make a new folder. So let's go to new folder and I'm going to call this 1.2.6. And since I already have one, I'm just going to escape out. I'm going to open up that folder. And then the first thing I'm going to do before I start this is this activity has to be done in metric. So I'm going to go over in my panel where it says document settings. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to go down to units. I'm going to click my little unit icon. And when my window opens up, I'm going to slide down and make this millimeters and then select OK. Next, I'm going to go up and close my waffle so I can have as much space as I can to work on. I'm going to go up to create and select new component. I'm going to give this component a name. I'm going to call this 1.2.6. And I'm going to hit OK. The next thing I want to do is go up into my panel and select create a sketch. And I always want to select my front sketch here. I'm going to select my front sketch. And then I'm going to start drawing. So the first thing is I'm going to go up to my rectangle tool. And I'm going to make a rectangle. And my rectangle is going to be 72 millimeters wide. And it's going to be 5 millimeters tall. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go to my extrude tool. And I'm going to extrude this back 24 millimeters. That's the start of our tag. The next thing I want to do is I want to kind of give the edges, the front edges, a little bit of detail. So I'm going to use a chamfer. It's under the modify tool. So I'm going to go to chamfer and we'll zoom in here a little bit. And I'm going to grab this edge right here. And now I'm just going to hover over there until I find that other edge, vertical edge. And I'm going to leave the edges both chamfered in the same distance. So I'm just going to type in 7 and you can see them chamfering. And select OK. I'm going to now look at my top view because I want to look right at me. The next, I'm going to put a new sketch right on the top. I'm going to go to this tool right here, what's called offset. I'm going to select offset. I'm going to select the outside edge of my box. And now I'm going to type in a negative offset, -2. I want to bring this in 2 millimeters. I want to give it a little bit of a lip. So I'm going to type in -2. I could have dragged it in, but I'm going to type in -2. I'm going to select OK. I'm going to go up to my view cube and go back into my home view. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to select the center area. And I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to cut this down 3 millimeters. Next thing I want to do is I want to go back up to sketch and I want to put a sketch right on the inside of this. I need to make a hole so I can put my chain through it. So I'm going to make a circle. Now, what I'm going to do with my circles, I'm going to come over here right near the midpoint of this. And I know you can't see, it's kind of tough, but a little triangle is going to appear. Once that triangle appears, I'm just going to move my cursor off to the right and a little dotted line will appear. I'm not going to click until I move away from it. Now I'm going to click once and there, my center point. I'm going to open up my circle and I'm going to make my circle 5 millimeters. And I'm going to left click again and stick it in there. What I've done is I went over here. When I went to the midpoint, I grabbed that midpoint and I brought it straight over. So my circle lines up with the midpoint of that edge right there. Now what I want to do is I want to distance my circle away from the edge. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab my distance tool. I'm going to grab my center of my circle in this inside edge right here. And I'm going to make that 5 millimeters. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to select my circle and I'm going to go back up to my home view so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to cut that circle right out. The next thing I want to do is I want to add some text in here. I want to put some raised text. So I'm going to go up to my sketch tool. I'm going to put a new sketch right on the inside of this. And now I'm going to go to the Create tab. I'm going to scroll down until I see my text. I'll click on my text, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to open up this text box. So in here, I can put my text in, and I'm going to type in Pittsford. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to put it in the middle, and then I'm also going to center it. So that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to select OK. I'm going to finish my sketch. So now what I want to do is I want to have that text come out and stick out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my Create tab. I'm going to scroll down until I see Emboss. Now it's asking me to select my profile. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select the text that I just put in there. Then it's asking me to select the face, and it's that face right there that it's going to come out from. And I'm going to have this come out 3 millimeters. So I'm going to have it come out the same depth as I cut that center part in. So it's going to be flush with my outside edge. I'm going to hit OK, and there's my key tag. What I can do is if I want, I can come in here and I can go to my physical tab. And I can come in here and I can come down and put a color in if you'd like. If you want to make it look nice, I'm going to grab blue. We'll put blue in. And you can do whatever color you'd like. Once you're done, we're going to go up. I'm going to open up to my Save tab. And I'm going to save this. I'm going to call it 1.2.6. I'm then going to put my name on it. And then I'm also going to put a color. The color could be red, blue, yellow, green, orange, or possibly purple. So I'm going to make this one blue. So I'm going to say I'm going to make this one blue, and I'm going to hit save. Once I'm all done, I'm going to open up my waffle, and there's my charm. I'm going to right click and go share public link. Once I do that, I want to check the top 2 boxes. And there's a link that I can now share. I can hit copy, and now I can share that with my teacher. That way they can go in and they'll be able to print these out on a 3D printer for you. Hope you enjoyed this lesson.